Welcome to this video walkthrough, part of the MHSU video series. In this second part, we are back in Power Chart and we will be completing the Health of the Nation Outcome Scale and Checklist section of the MHSU Referral Power Form. In this second part, we are back in Power Chart and we will be completing the Health of the Nation Outcome Scale and Checklist section of the MHSU Referral Power Form. So we are back in Miriam's chart. So we have Miriam up here, her name, and we have previously completed the client information section of the MHSU Power Form. And in this walkthrough, we're going to complete both the HoNOS section and the checklist section. And right now we've clicked on the HoNOS adult because that fits her situation best. And then that opens the scales themselves. And in this case, we are completing a HoNOS because she came in through walk-in intake and she's never had one of these completed before. If she had one during this encounter, then we wouldn't have to complete one. These areas would be auto-populated. However, we would still need to review that for currency and accuracy as she presents in this situation now. Anyways, she is new to the service, so we're going to complete that today. And as we do that, just remember to draw on all parts of the assessment and any relevant collateral information we have as we go through each section in order. And we're going to measure the severity of any of the problems as she talked about them over the past 2 weeks. So for this one, this scale in terms of aggressive or disruptive agitated behavior, that wasn't an issue for her. In terms of her, she did express some thoughts of self-harm. They were passive. They were definitely present and some concern for her, mild concern. She also discussed some changes in her drinking, and so we'll put that as well there. And alcohol use, no issues with her cognitive area, so we'll put that 0 as well there. And so it is important as you go through this to be confident in your HoNOS information gathering and your ability to complete the scales. This blue area information is super helpful, as is the HoNOS Learning Hub course, the information you'll see there on your screen. And please do register for that if you have, if HoNOS is new to you, or if you need a review of that, because this information will be populated into pathways and will be how the services will be matched for your client. So just going through that, and let me see here, definitely issues with her depressed mood. That's why she came in, as well as her sleep. She was quite concerned about that. So we'll be putting that there. And as we're finishing off here with Miriam, just a reminder that the tool itself is also a very good way to focus in on areas that may need care planning. So if an area is rated as moderate or severe or higher, so from 3 onwards, then it does need to be incorporated into her care plan. That's a way to focus on what is a concern for her in terms of severity of some symptoms and as well as what she's presenting with. So that is completing that. In order to save this information, we just click this button here. So that will save that. And we can see here that that means that that has now been saved. So we can move on into the checklist. And in the checklist, this is a kind of a final review that we have all the elements of the chart in place in order to send off the referral. Miriam was really clear about coming in and wanting counseling services. She does consent, so that part is really clear. These mandatory assessments we have already completed, so we can click that yes here. This section is good in terms of a review of what you need to do if this is a new or existing client and what charting needs to take place. So for her, she is a new client, and so we will make sure these pieces are all completed, and we will put in her MHSU recovery plan the issues in particular around sleep and her depressed mood, as those are really the score, the areas that score highest in her HoNOS scale. And then we click yes for referral to pathways. Now, clicking yes here does not mean that the form itself has now transferred the information. It just means that we are now ready to complete this part of the checklist. And if we want to save the information here, that will mean that the information is indeed not sent. So we would have to go into the Power Form and find that information again in the save forms. If that's not something that you're familiar with, then make sure you read the Power Form for how to do that. But we are ready to send it. So to send it, we will sign here using the sign form, and then that will complete that whole section and then send all the information off to Pathways. Thank you for watching this video on how to complete the HoNOS and checklist sections of the MHSU Referral Power Form. If you have any questions or feedback for us, the Clinical Data Systems team, please reach out to us through the contact information on the screen. Thank you.